Okay, students, I don't have time to label, so what I'm going to do is go through and create a Tegrity recording, and I will just name all of the muscles, and you're going to want to follow along with my pointer, a little bit like follow the bouncing ball. So right now we're on the anterior thigh. This muscle right in the middle is rectus femoris. Off to the side, vastus lateralis, vastus medialis, and then cutting across here from the medial knee up to your hip is sartorius. This muscle right here is the tensor of the fascia lata. Iliopsoas, femoral nerve, femoral artery, femoral vein. This small sliver here is pectineus, and then you've got adductor longus, and we can see just a bit of gracilis. This is the lateral thigh. From this view, I can see vastus lateralis and tensor of the fascia lata. I can see the iliotibial tract, which is this large white line here. Gluteus maximus. Above it, I see a piece of gluteus medius. And then I can see biceps femoris, which is your lateral hamstring. I see a little bit of semimembranosus and then semitendinosus. If I take off gluteus maximus, I see gluteus medius and piriformis, the large yellow sciatic nerve. On the lateral side, you've got biceps femoris, and then you've got two muscles over here, semitendinosus, and then semimembranosus can be seen here and a little bit over there. This is the medial thigh. So to orient you, this is vastus medialis. This is a little bit of sartorius going across there. Adductor longus. This is gracilis. Oops, sorry. Gracilis. This is adductor magnus. And then you've got semimembranosus and semitendinosus. This is the anterior leg. Here's the knee, there's the shin. Immediately next to the shin, which is tibia, is tibialis anterior. And then next to that, you've got extensor digitorum going down to all four toes. And then if we follow it up from the big toe, which is kind of blurry, it's coming up in between here. That's extensor hallucis longus. And this is extensor digitorum longus. Sorry, my fault for not saying longus. This is the lateral leg. So this is extensor digitorum longus. Here's fibularis longus, including this tendon running down the middle. And then on either side, I see fibularis brevis here and here. I can see a bit of gastrocnemius as well as soleus, and then they fuse together to make the calcanean tendon. This is the posterior leg. I can see both large heads of gastrocnemius, soleus on either side, and then again they fuse together to make that calcanean tendon. This is the medial leg, and from here I can see tibialis anterior, gastrocnemius, soleus, calcanean tendon, and I can start to see Tom, Dick, and Harry. I can see Tom and Dick here. Tom is tibialis posterior. Dick is flexor digitorum longus, and that's this muscle right here. On the bottom of the foot, you've got flexor digitorum brevis. Remember that the flexor digitorum longus is up here in the leg. This is the posterior leg with gastrocnemius removed so that we can see the three deep muscles. Tibialis posterior occurs right here behind the knee. This one right here we had looked at with gastroc on, which is flexor digitorum longus. And then this middle muscle right here is flexor hallucis longus. Remember in the leg that flexors are on the posterior and extensors are on the anterior, which is the opposite of the way it is in the upper limb. This is just a closer look at the 3 tendons, Tom, Dick, Harry. This is the only one you can't find or can't follow, tibialis posterior. It comes up here. The second one I can follow, flexor digitorum longus, and the third one I can follow, flexor hallucis longus. This is the torso model. You've got trapezius, latissimus dorsi, gluteus maximus, gluteus medius, and you've got your 3 erector spines, erector spinae spinalis, erector spinae longissimus, and erector spinae iliocostalis. This is also posterior leg, gluteus maximus. You've got adductor magnus, a tiny bit of gracilis, semitendinosus, semimembranosus, biceps femoris, 2 heads of the gastrocnemius there, a little bit of vastus lateralis. That's about all you can see on that one. Posterior leg, gastrocnemius, soleus on either side there, calcanean tendon, flexor digitorum longus, flexor hallucis longus, tibialis posterior. This has rectus femoris removed, showing you vastus intermedius, which is underneath rectus femoris. On the anterior, again, tibialis anterior, extensor digitorum longus, and then coming up from the big toe in between them, extensor hallucis longus.